Men like him think they can get anything they want, anyone they desire. Well, this time he is in for a surprise. My boss cannot buy me with his money. If he's cold, rude, and charming, I'm smart, stubborn, and ready to answer him with a no, even if my heart beats wildly when he's near me. Chapter 1. I like my life orderly. Coffee at 7, emails at 8, desk neat, files organized, everything in its place. I worked hard, quietly. At 27, I had no reason to complain, yet something inside me always felt unfinished. Rex Industries was cold. Not the building, though it was, but the people. Damon Black, CEO, always sharply dressed, sharp tongued, and impossible. He passed my desk without a word most days, but the way he moved, the way he looked at things, you could tell he noticed. Not me specifically, not yet. Until one morning, he stopped. He left a detail of the last report. He said, voice clipped. I looked up. I double checked. I don't see it. He narrowed his eyes but said nothing else, just walked on. I stared after him, realizing for the first time that someone here had power over my heartbeat. It was subtle at first, a glance that lingered too long in a meeting, a hand on a folder just a little too close to mine, a sharp question about numbers that seemed designed to test me. I did not like being tested, but I did not step back either. I noticed how he watched me, even when he did not need to, and I, stubborn as I was, decided I would not let it unsettle me. Not easily. One evening, working late, he appeared at my desk. You're still here? Yes, I said, straightening my back. Reports don't finish themselves. He did not comment, but only lingered, making the air between us heavy, almost too hot to breathe. I wanted to glare, but I only raised an eyebrow. Chapter 3. Friday evening, the office hummed quietly as most people left. Damon appeared at my desk, leaning casually against the corner. You're still here? He asked. Yes, I said. He tilted his head. Coffee or something stronger? I frowned slightly. I don't drink after work. His smirk was faint, almost amused. Suit yourself. I went home that night, made my own coffee, and reminded myself I did not need anyone to disrupt my routine. Chapter 4. 2 weeks passed. Our glances at the office grew sharper, the tension thicker, and I noticed how he lingered around my desk, not touching, not commenting, just watching. Finally, Damon called again. Dinner, my place. For work. I hesitated, not because I did not want to go, but because I would not be coerced into anything. I don't think that's necessary, I said. He did not press, but I knew it was not over. The invitation hung in the air, unresolved, and I could feel my own curiosity stirring. I wanted to see if he could match my resistance. Chapter 5. A week later, I finally agreed to meet him, not because I was weak, but because I wanted to choose the terms. His apartment was sleek, quiet, commanding. We drank coffee in silence. He did not compliment unnecessarily. He did not smirk or charm. He simply moved with precision, aware of my space, aware of me. Our conversation stayed on work at first, sharp, playful, testing. I kept my boundaries, letting him inch closer without fully yielding. His gaze lingered, but he said nothing. That silence, that quiet observation, carried more weight than words ever could. Chapter 6. It had been a long week, and I had accepted Damon's invitation to join him for a casual evening after work. He poured wine, more than I usually drink, but I let myself relax, telling myself it was just dinner, nothing more. Hours passed, conversation was easy, laughter rare but present. The wine hit harder than expected. My eyelids grew heavy, my body slumping into the couch. Lena, he asked softly. I am just tired. I mumbled, trying to straighten. My words slurred slightly. You should lie down. He said, calm and careful. You can rest here. I'll wake you in the morning. I hesitated. Something in his tone made me trust him. Not fully, but enough to let my guard down just a little. I nodded, curling up on the sofa. Morning light crept through the curtains. I blinked awake, disoriented. Damon was making coffee in the kitchen. I sat up quickly, flushing. I must have fallen asleep. I'm so sorry. He shook his head. Nothing happened. You were tired. I didn't touch you. You're fine. I exhaled, relief mixing with embarrassment. I need to be more careful. I whispered to myself, glancing away. He did not comment further, only handed me a cup of coffee. The quiet acknowledgement that respect for my space stayed with me deeper than any words could. I left shortly after, more aware now of the lines I would never let anyone cross. Chapter 7. Rain fell softly on the city. We stepped onto the balcony after dinner another night. You are unlike anyone I have ever met, he said quietly. I raised an eyebrow. Is that supposed to be a compliment or a warning? Maybe both. I let the silence stretch. His eyes searched mine. He did not speak much. I'm not easy, I reminded him. I know, he admitted softly. And in that quiet, haughty acknowledgement, something shifted. And for the first time, I realized I wanted him as much as he wanted me. Chapter 8. The evening had been quiet. Dinner ended with subtle tension. Neither of us giving in, neither apologizing. He walked me to my building's gate. The street was empty, soft wind rustling the trees. You'll be careful, won't you? He asked, low and steady. I'm not a child, I replied, holding his gaze. Noted, he murmured, smirk teasing the corner of his mouth. He stepped closer, close enough that I felt the heat from him. My hands itched to push him away, but my body leaned slightly toward him despite me. His hand found the nape of my neck, tilting my face. I froze. Damon. Shh, he whispered, lips brushing mine before I could react. The kiss hit like fire, rough, urgent, demanding. His hand tangled in my hair, pulling me closer. I pressed the hand to his chest, resisting just enough to keep my pride intact. You don't get to run away this time, he muttered between breaths. He chuckled low, leaning in again harder. Our lips met, fire and restraint, desire humming between us. When he finally pulled back, breathing heavy, he rested his forehead against mine. You drive me insane, he admitted. I pulled away, straightened my coat, and whispered, Good night, Damon. He let me go, but his gaze followed me up the steps. I knew then I was completely under his spell. Chapter 9. Weeks passed. Office appearances stayed strict. I stayed haughty and reserved. He adapted. Patient, intense, deliberate. Every action showing care without bending our natures. It was dangerous, magnetic, and utterly ours.